It's just down and to your left.
And you tap with your right.
Look over to the side.
Where you can join and subscribe. This crypto rival, the ring that drives you out. Let's hit the like button now.
Got a two-tongue weight to my hairline, to my backbone, and it's dragging me around, but I don't listen. All your critics on red, mind your own business. That's right. And run red lights, now watch me fly. Got an angel to my left, devil to my right. We're going down. Hit the road, Jack. Won't come back, no. You can sign me. With the devil in my hand, now here's to the cheaters. Hey, 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 all your critics on left. This one's on me. Oh yeah, that's right. Got an angel to my left, devil to my right. We're going down. Little white light, I got these ties. Those who survive know the one my time. Forth and back, just like that. What comes around goes around, my man. Say hey, hey, say hey, hey. Forth and back, and just like that, you're going down for heaven's gate. Down to my right, we're going down.
Switch that V6 for the EV. Ride around my city. You should come ride with me, yeah. Feel me if you hear me sip. Water like a fish sip. Box water to the gillies, yeah. This a new wave, this a takeover. Do it for the future, time to get a world a makeover. Time never stops, no the timing is not. Time to clean up the block. Streets been a mess, how can I breathe? Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been, could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate, we need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it changes cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green. New car goes zoom, but it's quiet. You can hear me come and think I'm lying. If I said I'm perfect, I'd be lying. I can say I'm perfect, but I'm trying. I'ma give my all till I'm dying. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Sweep up the scene.
Strago, you kill me.
Going green, going green.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. ¿Dónde está el eco? Are we ready? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Late Night Crypto Charts with the Road Dog. My name is Lane, and I am your tour guide tonight as we take a look at crypto market. Kind of crazy. Man, what a day, what a day. You know, we always start the show with that 4-letter word, D-A-W-G, dog. That will save you 10% off on a Tangent wallet. Nice little secure card. You have the options of going seed phrase or not seed phrase. Kind of cool. This is the OG original. The Tangent Wallet 2.0 is also out there. Carries a lot of coins. Very convenient to use. Works with an NFC enabled phone. That's the only catch. Gotta have a phone that works with the NFC stuff. Dog, 10%. Now on with our scheduled programming. Wait, don't forget me. I'm the Secure X. I'm a wallet too. I deserve some attention. We got a newbie in the crowd tonight. The new SecuX. They got some cool stuff that they have actually got over at their side. Use the link in the description below. They got some wallets that work like this, but they also have like a thumbprint for authentication to make sure it's you. And some of those wallets that do NFTs. That's enough of my chilling. Let's get on with the, where's that button? Take that button off. Let's go on with the show here. Hey, welcome everybody to the chat. Glad to see you here, Strega. I know you're always the first one here, man. How's it going? We got some new people. We got True Daredevil. How's it going, man? And Jenny. Hey. And Strega said, Jenny, will you go skating with me? That's an inside joke here at the, I guess it's an inside joke now, here at the show. There's a certain song that comes on that just, I don't know. It always reminds me of being in the 80s or something. Not that I was in the 80s. Oh, gosh, no. I was born after 2000. Gosh, no. But back in the 80s, but the sappy songs would come on, and then, you know, like couples only skating. And
Jenny, will you go skating with me?
Oh, you just had to be there. Just had to be there. Welcome to the stream. New faces or new names, hey. Glad to have you here. So if it's your first time here, we just gotta chill out, look at the charts. Tonight, we're kind of handling some deeper topics, because we're kind of at a very interesting point in this market. We need to, you know, we've had fun and games up to this point, seeing portfolios grow after going through all the boring period and drawdown and everything, right? But now we got to take a serious look at what's going on. Lots of things. It's getting ready to do something. We can be sure of that. First of all, if you don't mind.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
You can wait and see if you get value out of the show. That's fine. Just a little reminder, because I'll forget otherwise. I forget to ask, so I have Elvis do it for me. What's going on in the market? Well, the first question on our mind is probably altcoins, which let's just jump over here to total 3 right over here. Little yellow circle circling around like a little UFO or something. We broke this trend line, but no worries. We're actually in a bigger pattern, have a bigger trend line. It was respected, but It's respected now, but I don't like any trend line when they wick through them. To me, that's saying, hey man, poke a hole in the wall. Next time I come back and visit, might not be so nice. I might just bust on through that door. It's weakened that trend line now. So I'm not excited about that part. Gotta see what's going on. USD dominance down here, and see everybody's going back into stablecoin. Oh, wow. Looked at a double bottom, looked like it gave out, and then all of a sudden reversal there. But the dollar is also coming up in value. So again is Bitcoin. People recognizing value here. It's trying to poke its head back up into this pattern. Now, if that happens, it's going to be extremely bullish. One of the signs we want to look at is if it gets up past this trend line that we've got. That trend line goes back what? Man, I don't want to have to bring up another chart. It goes back quite a way. A nice little solid trend line there. She breaks back up into that pattern. Big news for Bitcoin, bullish for Bitcoin. Money will be focused in this market mostly on Bitcoin. Probably, maybe if an ETF news happen, that could happen. Here's the interesting conundrum though. We're at the area where normally that would be rejection. So that means, Bitcoin dominance goes the other way. Nobody cares about it as much. Was it not approved? Was it delayed? What's going on? Oh no. So we are, the market makers love any opportunity that they can get to get us at these moments, these precipice moments where we're standing on the cliff and we're going up or we're going down, and it's going to go big either way. Oh my God, we're on a tightrope, and they love it that way. They set us up to do this. That's their job. That's their game plan. That's how this market works. And if you realize that, it makes it a lot easier to play the game, or a lot less stressful, I guess. Maybe it takes some stress out of it. At least you kind of know they're sneaky. I was going to say a bad word. Sneaky little guys, but we got to have them. Because what somebody's going to sell something at here and what somebody's going to buy here, there's usually a gap. It's not always the same. Market makers kind of help keep that little flow going there. That's why there's always somebody there for your buys and always somebody there for your sells. It's the market maker stepping in to fill in those little places. As those sneaky little bastards build positions against you. It's a clever game. It is. It's like Vegas. So over here on Bitcoin, man, I'm on the 6 minute. I've been tracking this since we had this big drop. Are we going to get a V-shaped recovery? Could happen. Nice start. Got a little wick. They usually have a wick. But she's lacking a little momentum right now. Normally you would get a little bit more momentum to the upside for a true V-shaped recovery. Are we going to come back and once gets candlesticked where they just didn't quite get down to where they're trying to go, so they got to come back up and go for another run? So that what they are doing, ladies and gentlemen, is that as this price is being driven down against your will, may I say, you had no say in it. All you could do is sit there and watch. You're like, what? Why would you sell? Why are you selling? You just watch that candle. You can't do anything. Sit there and watch it. It just trickles on down, and you're like, oh my God, am I going to get liquidated? Because you on leverage. There's actually some people saying, oh my God, Bitcoin's on sale. It's perspective. That's what the market makers are saying. They're making their own sale. So as they are selling to drive the price down, they are also buying. They're eliminating those stop losses, creating squeezes, long squeezes, meaning it comes out shorts, gets everybody stop loss, which makes everybody have to sell, cover their positions automatically. That's what happens when you get stopped out. So that position, drive it down more, and then they are down here with their limited orders, just ready to gobble it all up at a zone that they just corral it into. It's like herding cattle for them. That's what this is. This is them herding cattle. Why on the earth do they do this? It's because somebody with money wants this at a cheaper price with buy orders way down here. Big money. Wonder who that could be. Who could that be? What big money could be wanting to get into Bitcoin right now? Why would they want to get into Bitcoin right now? I mean, it's going down in price. Jeez. All the FUD around it right now. I mean, just a few days ago, they were saying, oh man, we're about to go to 50-something thousand. The articles out there, the big boys were talking, and now those big boys flipped their game. Who was it? It was Matrix Port. I don't know if you guys want to go into articles or anything like that, but that was the cause for the FUD, or a little fuel to the fire. If you guys didn't know, the big guys love the media, the big media, even the crypto media, and doesn't take much to get Forbes to put an article out. Doesn't take much to get Cointelegraph to put an article out. The one that was released from Matrix Port wasn't even requested. It came out like something official. It was just one analyst's opinion. Of course, analysts like that often offer their opinions for value. It's just been a crazy day in the market. And we saw some signs of it last night, man, but I haven't, with the thumbnail, the first one I put out last night, I had 48,000 on the little price tag on my Bitcoin, but also talk about the market. Are we getting a dump? Are we getting a dump? Because we got some signs. I had that at 43. We blasted through that. Where did we come down to? We came down all the way down here. $40,370. God bless your hearts, all you leverage traders that got victimized by those tricky market makers. Who do the market makers work for? People with big money. That is true. Well, big money wins again. But overall, I gotta say, I'm impressed. And let's zoom out. It's always better when you zoom out. We were just right there on the 6 minute, because I'm right there in the nitty gritty. Just what we're seeing. But the clearer picture comes when you zoom out and following a trend line here. We're respecting it. Bounced right off of it right there at that level. So we had some other levels that could have acted as support, but you know, the main thing that matters is that we did not break this trend line. We did not fall beneath it. We bounced off of it. This is a good sign. Well, I'm willing to bet I haven't even tried this. Where would you come up on my little fib trick? I would actually, that should be right. Not quite there. Interesting. I'm always eyeballing these 1.272 fibs right there. Had a blue line. That's usually a measured move. A little confidence there. This may not be over, fellas. May not. We got to look at the charts here a little closer to see, have we brunted the worst end of the storm, or is it blue skies from here? I mean, what is going on with crypto in the markets? Because if Bitcoin ain't happy, ain't nobody happy, and I want my bags to be happy. They've been happy. They're staying fairly happy. I can't be disappointed. They're down a little bit, but they're up way more than they were a couple of months ago. My tangible portfolio is still more than 3x up than where it was just a few months ago on those plays. My longer term plays there. Some of the Degens. So I can't complain. But if there's a time in the market where I need to rethink my positions and everything, I've been looking at that hard. We need to talk about some of this stuff. It is time for us to make some plans. And we got just a little bit of information to go on and a crazy environment going on. It makes it kind of tricky. To get the biggest sense of things and whether we're in trouble or not, what we might be able to expect, we zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. That should be your mantra. Before I get off into a rage or a tantrum or whatever that I can do easily sometimes. Let's go back over to the chat here. Daredevil, the 1% are filling their bags. I'm the 0.000. I swear, Strager, you got a career in comedy. I don't know, a writer. I don't know if you do stand up, but you're funny, dude. I got Dom Shears on your I'm sorry, it's crazy. It cracks me up. Bobby Green with the weakest read. Hey, that's whatsoever. Hey, what's going on whatsoever? And Jay Gibby, hey, welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. It's a big club and we ain't in it. Hey, man, well, but we can get a nice little chunk. Imagine going to the club and getting blinded by cheap UV spotlights. All right, I appreciate you guys being here. Hey, if you guys are familiar with technical analysis, have a fairly good grasp of it, put a one in the chat. Let me know. And if it's something that's kind of still a little bit foreign to you, don't really have the greatest grasp, or you're still learning or wanting to learn and stuff like that, put a 2. Let me kind of know where it's filling out. I don't want to go too deep or go too light. But getting back to what I was saying about Bitcoin, to give us a little peace of mind, zooming out. When you zoom out, we still look good. I mean, we're getting some tiredness here, and don't get me wrong. I'm going to come over here to the MACD. Now, she is showing some signs of tiredness. So, this may not be the move to take us to the downside. It might. I might be totally wrong. There may be a little bit more upside and then to the downside, but we are getting in territory where there may be a big pullback coming. We may have an opportunity to do a few things. That's what I'm trying to look for. Either that or hold on to your hat while we plummet to the depths. I'm trying not to cuss on here. To the depths of price, to the bottom. But the great thing that I like about the weekly chart, I'm the 9 moving average, very crucial to me for an uptrend. You gotta always be above it. We haven't even touched it. That's sitting at 40,000 though, is saying, hey, we could come back to 40,000. That's a valid level. We got a little mark right there. We've been looking at that. I'm not particularly fond of that because it starts breaking some trend lines that I like to follow. Not so much on that time frame, but on the smaller ones. And I'm kind of, those trend lines are important to me. When I break those, that's a sign of danger. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. Aliens are among us. We're just going to sick the zombies on them. Zombies versus aliens. The 3-day chart, we're struggling with that 9 moving average, and I just got a bunch of lines over here. It's probably important on the smaller time frame, but here it's just annoying me like crazy. But this major trend line I got here, guys, is 40,800, where we could find support. I would pray for support there. But where there's a little bit of a struggle going on, and I would say, no, daily is still up there too. This is the heart of the struggle where we're zigzagging. But our moving averages have still not crossed, and I'm not bearish until they actually cross. But needless to say, this market has just really, really messed with a lot of people. I saw one guru struggling hard this morning, and also revealed to me that the 5 moving average system that we use here on the channel, and I'm not the only one that does this. There are a few others that are familiar with it that I've seen. There's a much superior system than waiting for the moving average just to squeeze up tight, and then it's going to go with the trend there. Nope. That short setup did not play out. It popped the other way. I'm just going to lose you guys talking about this. What I'm saying is that this particular person does not understand how, the moving averages, how they cross and interact with each other. It was just surprising. It just became evident. I don't know. As everyone's system is different, but I guess the paid gurus can't know everything. Don't get him started, please, God, no. Oh, God, no. So this trend line right here, very important that we, broke out of, and now we're coming back technically for a retest. The tricky thing is we broke back into this pattern. The cool thing is we broke back out of the pattern. Manipulation. How can you say it, man? Market makers are out there having a heyday. And do y'all want to know why? In my personal opinion, why? Because there is actually a bearish setup, and this is why I want to take this seriously, because there is merit to this idea. And for this, I'm going to get on the bigger, oh gosh, have we already got it up here? So I've got to go over my theory, and then we got to go over what this chart says, because we could be in danger of a nice big pullback, like a 30% pullback. I'm not saying it's happening right now at this moment. It maybe is the start of the tightening. We could still go higher. You could still recover losses, but a bigger pullback. I'll explain. So we've been following this rising wedge, had a bear trap, broke to the upside parabolically. That's how we see these things play out at this point in the market. That particular pattern, great sign, because that thing happened exactly 3 years ago. 3 years ago, we did the same thing. We have a possibility of doing something similar to what's going over here. And with all the ETF stuff going on and all the possible bullish adoption that we could be getting, that scenario plays hand in hand to what lays before us. But just as with this same time back then, right when Michael Saylors was announcing and buying Bitcoin, back when Elon Musk said, hey, I'm buying some Bitcoin too, and I like Doge. When the first signs of institutional FOMO reared its ears, the market took off like crazy. But at that same time, there were cries of going back to our lows of $3,000. That was the cry. This is just, what was the point of the market? Denial. It wasn't real. It was a sucker's rally. This was a sucker's rally. That sucker's rally turned out to take us right up there to the top. Might I also say that we are hanging out close, not far away from that top at this point in time? And that means two things. That means Bitcoin made a very impressive comeback, doing hellishly good, off to a great start very early in this cycle with great potential for some much higher prices, much more bullish potential, much more bullish future, bigger gains. I'm just excited about that. But we're further along than we should be. But when you take a look at this overall market, let's draw out our fibs. Should I clear all this out? I can't see it. That bugs me. I got to get rid of numbers and stuff. And whatever, we can put them back there. You know what? Let's just clear it. I don't think there's anything on here I'm trying to save. I can always draw those little triangles, right? Swing high to swing low or swing high up here. Every time you see me use all this stuff, I'm doing the same things every time. Same things. You can make technical analysis as complicated as you want to, or you can try and just simplify it as much as you can. It's just grabbing different tools and collecting them into your toolbox, tools that you feel comfortable working with and that you can get crafty with. And then you start getting skilled with those tools and seeing how they work together, and it reveals things to you. And you just pick those tools up by the way. Might watch me and see my tool, add one of these to your tool bag. Watch somebody else, or God forbid, join a trading group. I think they're a waste of time. I seriously do. They just enrich other whatever methods. You're adding things to your toolbox. Fibonacci says that breaking past this 0.5% level, there's this 50% area here where it's like a magnet drawing us to that 618. We can't help it. It's like a moth to the flame. Price wants to go there. Ichimoku Cloud over here says, baby, I'm good. I ain't trying to touch you. See, when you get close to the cloud, that's when you start having problems, like way over here. When you get close to it, it gets a little sticky, it gets on you, it rubs on you, and it smells. And I don't know, everybody can smell it, and it's just not a good thing. It'll drag you into it, just suck you in, and then down under. It's that little trend, it's like a little spider, just come here. We're far away from that. It's also worth noting that, look what nobody was talking about today has not happened yet, but 50 moving average crossing over the 200 golden cross on what chart? The weekly. Mega bullish. Mega bullish. But does that mean that it's going to go up? No, it can still have a pullback with that cross to the 9 moving average, which hopefully it would just bounce right off there like it's doing and continue right on up. But should it lose it, we're looking around the 21 moving average, and that's about $33,000 right here on this chart. Feasible. We got to be prepared for that. Whether that happens here, I don't think it will. I think we got a little ways. Or it happens up here at the 618. Now, I'm projecting that we will come up close to 48,400, and I could be dead wrong. It may drop like a rock tomorrow. But just going by traditional analysis and what usually plays out on all the charts that we look at, it always comes up to these areas. You just got to try to make a higher high over here, or else why did you try to turn around? If you're not going to try to make a higher high, why are you spinning your wheels, Bitcoin? If you're not going to one-up yourself, why are you alive? So it's in its DNA to go up there to 48,460. That's why I put it on my thumbnail. Am I saying this going too definitely? I'm not swearing anything, but I'm just telling you, this is what should more than likely be trying to play out. And I'm sure that the market makers are on down for that too, because there's lots of orders right up here in this area. I am very sure. Can't prove it here, but I'm confident that there are. So look for that. Look and see next time you see somebody with Bookmap and all that. 48,400, 48,500. Notice if there's a lot of sales there. And also at 57,000. But what I'm anticipating is for us to get a rejection there. Now, what happens if that happens? We're going to draw a line here. We're going to veer into the future. We're going to do something very, I don't know, different, if you will. We're going to go ahead and pretend that, hey, that was the top. That was the bounce. Where might you come back to, good old Bitcoin? Well, we will go down from this swing low down here, draw a fib, up to that pretend area where we're going to pretend that price just got rejected from. Where is it going to come down and bounce from? Well, it would be beautiful to bounce off the 9 area here at this 236, because that would signify, baby, oh, I've got something for you. Go, baby. That's what she would do. She comes back to 40,500 and bounces there. She's off to the races. Can that happen? Can that happen, ladies and gentlemen? What, we follow a trend line here? Does it line up? Ooh, she would have to do something kind of like, I'm gonna la 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 la, oh, and slowly come down here to do that. In November of next year, I don't think so. That idea may not play out, ladies and gentlemen. But it's a nice, noticeable one. It's one to believe in. This is where I like to draw back my old trend lines. Now, this one suggested you stopped too early, road dog. You came back up, and then this idea, yes. I should have drew that trend line to start out with, but no, I started out with the other one because I don't know, it was closer to me, so I just started out with it. But in reality, I should have remembered, man, that we broke out of this trend line. We gotta come back. We gotta retest it. That might draw into Travolta voice, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Gotta, Mr. Gotta. Come over to the chat. Make sure I'm not just boring you guys to death. I'm learning as much as like, hey, cool, because I just, that's all I'm trying to do is share. Trying to share, man. I just want to share. And I just want to try to make it accurate and try to explain, well, at least the reasoning behind. That way, if you go to some other place, like, I feel like I really should, I'm not shilling, there's nothing to shill because it's free, but this is probably one of the greatest resources that changed my life right here is the patternsite.com. I learned about it because I joined a trading group, and well, this is where the information was coming from. Thepatternsite.com and Investopedia. Yeah. I just needed to pay somebody a lot of money to show me which websites to go to, turns out, to study on my own. Because nobody actually does anything in there. All right, so thepatternSite.com will change your life if you're trying to learn technical analysis. And Bukowski's books will change your life too. There's copies of them over in our Telegram group, which is, by the way, free. I'm still trying to figure out how to use TradingView here just to get that line off my screen, because it's not cooperating with me. Get off my screen, line. Rawr. All right. So this does give us some support for that idea. I like that idea. I want to see that play out. Can we get that to play out? Bitcoin, can you do that for us? I mean, if you're going to come up here and get rejected at 48,000 and just, try to ruin us and everything, could we possibly come back and get a bounce around somewhere around 39.5, 39.6, 40,000 right here at this 236, and you just be on your way to continue your parabolic move? Remember that parabolic move? We had this trend line here going and we broke out of it, came back in, bullish as all get out. My training tells me that boom, that's almost a guarantee for upward parabolic action, which we got. Which tells me that we got a good chance to come back, retest this trend line and bounce off, complete this parabolic action up to the upside with some kind of bullish news, probably from maybe an ETF approval or something. Possibly. Right now, everybody's thinking, well, that ETF approval should come next week and we should just go moon right now. I don't think it's going to play out that way, ladies and gentlemen. I may be wrong, but I'm not known to the federal government to get a whole lot of things right in a timely manner. Unless it's of a military nature. They're pretty much on target with that crap. Something about the economy, I don't know. It's like, I don't know how to transmit all that knowledge over to the economy. We had those resources like we had on the military industrial complex over to help society and the economy. Oh my God. But I don't know. Some reason those two, they look at things two different ways. I don't. This is not a political show, ladies and gentlemen. How dare you bring this topic up? My apologies. All right. So we're estimating, just guesstimating. But what if, Road Dog, that line does not support? Well, we would be looking at these other moving averages, but just keep in mind, typically, with a big move up like that, you would at least come back to the 50% mark. That is at 31,839. But the magnet that would pull you back, like the one that's pulling us to, would be right here, $28,000. What? But you know what? Even if, hear me out, even if we got rejected, and we've talked about this scenario before on the stream, speculating way back here, what could happen? And then it was pretty much the same thing. Well, we'll probably get some kind of thing up and get rejected at the 618, which is happening kind of right now. Well, that one, what happened? We fall back, but you know what? As long as we don't go and take out this area about 25,600. As long as we don't make a lower low, we are still in an uptrend. Now, it would suck to go back to 25,000. Suck. I don't want to do it. My altcoin portfolio does not want to do it. My Bitcoin portfolio, I'm wanting to buy some cheap. But Bitcoin go down, your altcoin portfolio go down too. I mean, you broke, you on the street, your rent money gone again. There goes some rent money. Honey, I don't know. You keep putting money into crypto, but you never taking anything out of crypto. You tell me you're making money in it, but you put $10,000 in it, and now you have $1,800. Can you explain that to me? So it really, when I zoom out, everything still looks so much good to me, man. But there is so much FUD out there right now, and some of it is manufactured. Some of it, it just, they need to do some stuff. Some of it's probably deserved. I don't know. but it does. The sentiment is so much like it was in 2020. 2020. Well, we were following that trend line. Well, actually, I did this in back testing. I wasn't following this at the time. I was just learning. I was a young little greenhorn in TA back then. I was just trying to figure it out. This is when I joined a trading group to study Investopedia while the market took off. And I'm over here, oh my God, and I'm like frazzled. I'm scared. I don't know. What is divergence? It's too much. Ah! That's what it felt like. But I stuck with it because it was fascinating, little by little. It's just like I gotta learn everything I can all at once, and you don't. You get the basics, man, and you just build on those basics. Rising wedge, bear trap, popped out to the other side, and up we went. Rising wedge. Remember, we just redrew this one. This was the original trend line we were following, right here. The bottom, and then here, and then that one. That, and then it broke out. So rising wedge, bear trap, up to the upside. So that's my take on Bitcoin. I think we are in danger of getting rejected at 48,000. If we bust on through that, well, hey. Okay, well, it's doing what a parabolic run should do. But to be honest, if you want to see that really strong move to the upside, in my personal opinion, coming back for a retest would be a healthy move. Just throwing that out there. Hey, we got Grizz in the house. What's up, Grizz? Hey, Grizz is the man. Ah! Don't eat my zombie. Grizz don't like to eat zombies. No, Grizz likes to eat trolls. Grizz will eat trolls for breakfast. All right, guys, if you have got any coins that you would like to take a look at, we can definitely do that. There's a couple more things that I just want to bring up about this market cycle. Because as the market cycle changes, strategy kind of changes, right? And I don't think we talked about this, but being that we are at that precipice where we could get a pullback, we got to be ready for that. Do we have a plan? Or are we just going to ride this roller coaster wherever it takes us? Because if we don't plan, it's going to drag us around for the ride. And it's probably good that we start thinking about it before it happens than try to figure it out as it's happening. It's been my experience. Sucks when it's happening, trying to figure it out, and nothing usually goes your way because everybody's just freaking out. So, a plan A and a plan B. Because, well, I guess technically we got 3 different options that we can go through if we want to do this systematically. Oh God, he's gonna get the, oh no, Road Dog, no. We die from here. Don't even get a retest, we die. Oh God, Bitcoin is rat poison. Charlie Munger is right. Oh, what's his name? Kramer cursed us. He said that Bitcoin is good and no, nobody wants it. So we got that scenario, or, what we're talking about happens. We come up a little higher, maybe 48. We get a little bit of a bump up because they're going to try to get everybody excited. And the articles are going to come out. 70,000 is in the picture. 52,000 is coming right around the corner. ETF will be approved next week. Get us all hyped up and everybody to get in and build those positions up there. I'm going to buy the top. Yeah. Bitcoin, we need it now. And then dump it on us. I see that happening real good. And right now, I think they're just testing the waters. Oh, let's see how we can shake them up. Put some bad news out there, put some fake news out there, put some good news out there, put some bad news out there again. Keep them on their toes a little bit, but it's some really good news out there and then dump on them. Or The third scenario is we come up here. By golly, ETF does get approved or whatever. Aliens come and they want to buy all of our Bitcoin. To the moon. Probability of those happening, I guess, you know, it's 33% chance for each. I don't know. I'm not a statistician. I kept falling asleep in that class, and they kept talking about frequencies and all this and factors and I don't. And I couldn't understand his accent sometimes. Yet he was a very smart man. So, this one happening? I'm really concerned about this one right here. Or maybe we're dying today. No, I'm really not concerned about us dying today. The time frame, everything looks good for us right now. Still, so far. Keep your fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed. Don't jinx it. Pull back to 38, 40,000, somewhere through there. What would you do? It's not too far from where we are now. But if prices go up 48 and then we all get bullish and everything, and all start taking off again. Remember total three over here? She's bouncing too. She can go right back up here like she was before and get rejected. If that happens, do you have a plan? Should we start thinking about maybe peeling off just a little bit more profit if we start getting a little bit more bullish? I don't know, enough to where, you know, you can buy back in if it drops here, or God forbid we drop back 17,000 or something crazy like that. I mean, some of these analysts are still calling for $10,000, $9,000 Bitcoin. They're not looking at, hey, let's get a bounce here or here or here. It's like, no, getting rejected there. No, you're coming back. You're coming back down to 3,000. Yeah, it's a bubble pop pattern. I'm telling you. Amazon. Bubble pop. It's an Amazon bubble pop. So, I mean, it's crazy, man. So much out there trying to sway our attention and what we see and what we think, and it works. It works on me. I have to catch it all the time. Oh my God, that does look bad. I'm like, wait a minute, I think you just made that up. It looks good. The 3-day looks freaking awesome, man. I mean, true, the cloud's getting thicker, but we're not near it, but we're above that 9 moving average, dude. We got a green dot here on the old market cipher. BWAP's coming to the upside. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, the 3-day is saying Bitcoin's ready to go up. Pump it. Bump it. Gosh. So I tried to come on here last night and be bearish. I did, but I ended up being bullish, and then we turned out bearish. The signs, I mean, there's mixed signals there, but gosh, the dump today really sucked. It really sucked for the leverage trades. So now I'm looking here at the 6 hour, just trying to see. Now, what I want to see is for Bitcoin to come up here. The 6 hour is not looking that great. The 3-day looked fantastic. The 6 hour, not looking so good. What does you look like on the 4 hour? 4 hour needs a little help. So what we need to see out of Bitcoin so that we can see more out of altcoins is basically draw that trend line. She's going to struggle. This 9 is crossing that 21 on the 4 hour. So tomorrow might be interesting. 3-day just looks so awesome. We just came from the 3-day. It just looks ready to freaking rock and roll. Down to the 4 hour, which looks like it's ready to tank. Your daily is struggling. Man, I think they're going to try to... I would not be surprised for them to come back down and drive it back down tomorrow. If that happens, But you know, it's got to be a wick, just like what they did these other two candles here. The moving averages are still strong. They're starting to take a little bit of a hit on the 4 hour, but still, they're still in a safe zone where they could still recover. Candles are holding above that 200. They're just wicking below, but it needs to stop it. We could get a bounce here, but it may take it a few candles to happen. Meaning it may be tomorrow sometime, because this little crossover here is going to have an effect driving this down. So get ready. There could be a nice little pullback again. That is, the trend line is not going to help out a dang bit. It didn't help out down here. You can look at it. There is some confluence right there, but still, I don't know. Maybe there's no more wicks. Nah, 9 crossing the 21. That'd probably be a wick. They'll whip out that big old wick on you when they're least expecting it. Just ram it on through there. Tear it up real good and then run away. Because that's what market makers do. Now the 1 hour, the moving averages actually look kind of strong, like this does want to hold. Why do you say that, Road Dog? Well, the 5 moving average strategy, for those who are not familiar with it, does consist of a 9 moving average, a 21 moving average, which is the red one, a blue moving average, which is the 50, a 100 moving average, and a 200 moving average, being white and yellow. The yellow and the white, the 200, the 100, and the 50, those are the 200 and the 100 are the heavier guys. The momentum. It's the weight behind the truck there. That's doing okay. It's just the little scraggler guys, these little lightweights that's running with the price there, being a bad influence, living on the wild side a little bit, going out, partying on the town, falling off the bridge, breaking his neck down here, and coming home crying to mama. That kind of thing going on. They need some discipline, is what they need. Woman, get your kids in order. They're unruly. Get them out of my yard. Run all over my yard up here at Green Cloud. One of them done cut himself, bleeding to death over there. I don't even know what's going on over here. Dang moving averages. 5 moving average strategy. If you don't know what it is, I'm explaining it all the time, but come to the Telegram group and ask in the student chart area. Crucial. Striga says if time keeps pushing down, it's going to drop. Speaking of time, let's take a look. You hadn't looked at the first altcoin tonight. Let's get to the altcoins, guys. Bitcoin altcoins right now are starting to look a little bit better, right? A little bit. They're hanging in there. They got a pulse. They have a pulse. We don't know yet. It's too early to tell. But they are alive. They are still breathing. There's hope. All's not lost. But they're bleeding out. My portfolio is red. She took a beating. They took a beating. It's true. But they're strong. They're strong. You didn't put your money and your time and your attention into wimpy altcoins. No, you picked good ones because you watch this channel and we talk about good coins here. And I believe in those coins and they're the strong ones. They're not those wimpy ones that are going to run off and cry and die on you. No, we stay away from those. We like the good ones, strong ones that can make it. We can believe in them. And it will be okay. Oh God, are we watching Lassie? Tanjung. All right. I was supposed to go to time, and I had a squirrel moment. Squirrely. Time. This trend line is it's just going to keep wreaking havoc on us until we either get past it or we just get on a different. We're going to be riding under it unless we ever break above it. So it just kind of drags out our potential for more ups. It puts a it's like a governor. It puts a damper on it all. Because now we got a ceiling overhead, unless we can break up above it and then go truly crazy, which, you know, that's not what you see happen every day. Looking like she's getting a freaking cat ear pattern. What are you doing, Time? But she is at $24. Actually, she's doing good. This was an accumulation pattern here. Accumulation area. Definitely all the way up through here. Just coming back, there may, you know, maybe she could read. Even she does. That's not bad though. $22 for her to fall back down to $22. I mean, we're used to it, right? We've hung around there before. It's just that now we got a chance to bounce off of there instead of falling under. So, you know, we got that. The hopium for this one, I think the little cherry on top is this little speckle of green leaf. The leafy green, the little speckle of cloud right there, just sitting way up here, all by its little lonesome, because the little connection thing is so spindly you can't even see it. I can't even. Oh, it's a little red. Why is it red? That's kind of weird. Where you at, Cloud? I just had you up there. Yeah, there's a little thin red line, and then we go green. So we could play around in this area for a little while, but then get a nice little bump to the upside. I hate to say it, but we lost the 9, coming probably down to 21, $22. Hey, we've been here before. One more, just come back and say goodbye one last time. That last little fling at 22. Yeah, I'm telling you, it doesn't seem like it now. It seems painful now to have to go back and to say our goodbyes, 22. But you know, months down the line, we'll look back at this moment, at this point in time, and was like, yeah, it was pretty sweet. Got to get a little extra there too when I went back, you know. And you know, now we're sitting at $500. Yeah, those were the good old days. True Daredevil, is Paw Swap about to pop? I FOMO'd into some Paw Swap. After, I can't remember, was it you or was it Grizz that brought up Paw Swap? I thought it was Grizz. But we looked at it on the chart and then looked at it a little bit, and I was like, I may want a little bit of that. I may want a little taste of that. I embrace my inner degen. I just have to put a limit on its spending. Oh. So is Paw Swap about to pop? Is it? There could, yeah, there is a nice little, on the 8 hour, I'm seeing a possibility there. Let's see what we got on the 4 hour. I don't know if it's going to be like a real strong one or just kind of a, you know, kind of come up a little bit and kind of range. More than likely, it'll kind of go through a little bit of accumulation and range. Yeah, because stochastics are kind of high there. So that means that the higher price goes, well, that means the more overheated the stochastics are and more likely are the dump. Meaning, you probably get rejected up. I'm not trying to sound like the bad person. It's a temporary, it's kind of sideways. I don't think it's getting ready to pop, but I think it's getting ready to kind of balance out a little bit and accumulate before it starts making another move. How long will that last though? Because once you get, this was parabolic, didn't quite, 1, 2, 3. We didn't get the big blow off top and all that, but it was enough to kind of tire it out for a little bit. That now it's kind of chill out, reaccumulate, get its bearings and everything. Good thing to do is like pull a fib. I like to go from the very bottoms. And sometimes I'll check it from the start of the move there too. And I like to see where I have the most confluence. And either way that you do it, you're below the 618 Fibonacci. That's indicating to me, and with this 9 crossing that 100 moving average here, we're most likely probably to come down just a little bit more before we pop. So I'm looking at 16355. We're at 22742 now. We could be looking at that scenario unless it regains this 9 moving average here, and it's trying to now. And it kind of puts the damper on this 21 coming down. This, and this are still going in the right direction, so it's giving it a little bit of a chance to do that. So let's hope if we can see it start to recover here, good. We won't have to worry about, probably won't have to worry about this. Chances are we won't. If we can't seem to make it past this area, or for that 9 to stay above that 100 moving average, because it's below it right now, it's got to flip back above it. That takes a little bit of work. It may not have the energy to do it. Then we would come down here. And honestly, after I see them flip like that, I'm leaning a little bit toward this way. Stochastics are kind of making me think maybe she'll do something like, well, if she comes up here, she could do a W there, or then make her leg down. Let me just check the daily here, and should really start out with the daily to be the most accurate. Now the daily says it's actually got a good chance of maybe finding that support. That was on the 21 moving average, and it looks like it maybe it will, and come back up and retest the 9, and then see if it can get up above it. But with this, I'm going to go back to our original. I think this one's going to come in play. It may be a slow burn down there, but your MACD just crossed on your daily. That's usually for a lengthy move there. That would be enough to take us down there, in my personal opinion. Gosh darn it! And I just bought some of this crap. I think I do have a limit. Well, but don't. Make a note. Put it at the fib. So that would be my game plan too. It does not have to. There are some signs that maybe we'll turn around here, but some of them are really telling me that, yeah, we got a good chance of getting one more good price in. Any other confluence for that would be this trend line right back here that we're trying to hold, which seems like, oh gosh darn it, we're fighting against that. Typically that's bad. But you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb on this one. Oh no, man. Stochastics are high, but the RSI is down. Or it's okay. No, I was about to get some confidence to say that, gee, that maybe you could actually see a bounce back up in and grab that, because that would be bullish as all get out. But to be honest, I'm not seeing what we need to see on these moving averages just yet. Maybe if it's a strong enough push, if enough volume comes in, it's going to have to take volume to do that, to get us up there and do that. What's that? Until that 9 crosses that 21, you're still bearish, and that would be the easiest way to say that. That would be the easiest way to explain that. And we're under the 200 there. So, yeah, I'm really leaning more for the downside, even though it's looking like it's trying to give it it's trying to fight. It's fighting for it. I don't think she's going to have enough steam to pull it off, though. Labs and CTI, please. Labs on KuCoin. Well, she didn't have too bad of a day, does it look like? Not too bad. Gee, didn't even come back to my buy zone here. How dare you, Labs? Why do you gotta be so strong? Why you gotta be so hard? That's actually kind of cool. The 9 might be crossing the. Let's go to a 4 hour. Somehow I get stuck on the 6. They're all relevant. They all get good information, but I like to stick with the daily and the 4 hour. It's just my shtick. All right, so we're gonna give her a chance to come back down here and maybe touch this. It might, because technically we broke along this trend line, so it could happen. Give it a little bit of time, but I still think that's a good buy zone for a bounce to the upside. And then still looking for that higher high. It's got to do a higher high or a lower low. This chart's getting a little noisy, a little messy here. Let me take off some stuff that we don't really need. See, this is a 4 hour. That's our overall main trend line right there. Does it have any confluence? Ooh, nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. So took this trend line, kept that angle, just made a copy of that and drug it up to where it kind of fits support and resistance. And there is confluence because there's a support resistance flip right there. Even though we kind of broke out of it here, sometimes we'll have to treat that as an anomaly. But I bet if we go up to the top, we would see it kind of matches up with that range a little bit. Not perfect. It's like it didn't quite make it up as high. But so that's the channel that we were traveling in, but we broke up to the upside. Now we're testing the top of the channel. That's bullish. So maybe there'll be a chance to buy it at this 200 moving average on the 4 hour. That's the target I look for. 43.15, 44.58, or wherever in that area, and start looking for some more upside. It may take it a little while to get its momentum into play, just depending on the market. Everything depends on Bitcoin, but it's looking good, holding this as support. Chris says he's degening into Zen. Zen looked good last night when we looked at that. I picked up some of that too, Chris. When we were looking at the ones we were looking at. If it's a promising looking project, it's like a, what was it, $14 million market cap or something crazy for several of the projects that we looked. I even went and got some what was it, the ZF. That was an adventure, switching Ethereum over to that chain but I put some in DeFi over there to did we go over this? Oh dude, let's see. We probably went over it last night. But yeah, ZK swap over there. The pools over there got some pretty good interest rates. 172%, 222%. I did the what'd I do? I did ZF and ETH for 131%. See how that works out. That's what we were talking about earlier, man. I was going to go over into the market cycle and what we focus on. Hopefully I can remember to do that. Let me do it now before I forget. So yeah, I got squirrel, big squirrel. How do I do that? Somebody don't take their medications this morning. So market cycle, we got markup, we got distribution, we got markdown, we got accumulation, and then we got markup. It just makes this just a big cycle. Ours, of course, Bitcoin, luckily we're fortunate to have a 4-year cycle that is very repeatable so far, based on the halving cycle, and that will never change. It will always make less Bitcoin, reducing the supply every 4 years. Now, whether the bull market lasts longer or the bear market lasts longer on either side of that line, I don't know. That can change, but every 4 years you can count it's going to put pressure to make, oh crap, Bitcoin just got more valuable. every 4 years. That was one of the things that won me over to it. So, accumulation. The whale strategy, accumulating at these bottoms when nobody wants to talk about it. You're sick of these coins. I hate you. You suck. You took all my money. How can you do this to me, XDB? I keep meaning to chart that one. This is when we try to build our bags as much as we can so that we can start peeling off profit in what stage? As markup comes, and then when we go into distribution, especially want to have as much as we can to peel off up here, but pay ourselves on the way. But during this part of the market called markup, as prices are starting to rise, higher highs, higher lows, we're out of the bear, we're on our way, not quite into the bull, but starting, right? Getting there in the markup. This is the point of the market where I liked my long-term plays. Well, I've had them staked from here. That's just the given. The ones I'm real serious about and I can stake, I want them over there. Keep building my staking bags. Play with DeFi. So that's something we can also look here at the channel. It doesn't have to just be charts. We can also get into DeFi and some farming and stuff like that. I am not the total expert, but this is one of the best places to do it when your coin is low. If you get into DeFi, I think you'll find one of the safest pairs to get into are your coins and the stable coins. If I'm not mistaken, over here, USDC against USDT was 34.58%. That's kind of wild. And right now you can find some of these deals on some of these exchanges. Now can be risky, but getting the ones that are like with stablecoin pairs like ETH against USDC or whatever, you might find not so much over here, but whatever token. There's usually always some token, but the ones you go against the dollar, a little bit safer. You may not get as much rewards back. But when you start powering them up crypto to crypto, sometimes they can get out of hand just depending on when you decide to put them in. One's high, one's low, they're not kind of paired out, or they grow at different spots, and you get into all this convoluted, what was it? Not perpetual, is it not perpetual, is it, what is it? Imperpetual, I forgot, it's been so long. Unrealized losses, I don't know. It's but that's something that this is a good time, and of course markup, great time for trading. Good time for trading. This is when BitBoy was the little gambler side of him. He took, I forgot what he started out with. I think it was $100,000, traded it up to 1 million. He did that. He can claim that he did that, but it was during the part of the market where everything was pretty much up only. We're headed that direction, and that's why we want to have our bags packed and ready to go. And if you got them off in pools and stuff like that, and the value goes up, the rewards, man, there's so much that you can do in this market during these times. But the markup period, kind of nice. And our strategies start to change. We get away from some of the old strategies that we were looking for back here, using some different ones. You see me using Fibonacci's a lot more now. See me rely on my moving averages a lot. All right, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. Did I cover everything? The moves that we're seeing out of this market, like in Bitcoin, I mean, it seems scary, right? That big drop. But we talked about this before, and you can expect to see a lot of this. So if you're out there leverage trading, you might consider finding ways to maybe tone it down a little bit to give you a little bit more space than what you're used to messing with in your strategies. Because they've got more to work with now, and with short squeezes or long squeezes, the market makers can move this at quite a good little range because there's no liquidity. Everybody's holding Bitcoin. The only people selling Bitcoin right now are market makers trying to screw up all your trades so they can knock the price down and buy it cheaper. That's the only people that's selling. Everybody else is trying to get their hands around this and hold on to it for dear life. And some whales that want to play with the market makers and all that. But the smart people are not selling their Bitcoin. The smart people, darling, are holding on to that Bitcoin because it is a commodity, an asset, And darling, you don't sell your Bitcoin and pay taxes on your games. No, no, no. You borrow on your Bitcoin, darling. You borrow tax-free. You borrow tax-free when it's low. And you have accumulated your Bitcoin and you borrow like, I don't know. The past few months would have been a good time to borrow. This past year would have been a good time to borrow against your Bitcoin. Tax-free. And you pay it out back as your Bitcoin grows in value and triples in price. That little loan is a little loan. Tax-free. You don't sell your Bitcoin. It is the apex. It is the apex investment. That's the predator. I can't do Michael Saylor yet. I just going over all the stuff in the notes. I just had all this stuff just going through my head. I think the only thing I did not, well, we covered it. I don't think I need to rehash this. But we talked about Bitcoin here again, you know, and getting rejected at this moving average. The other argument that I want to say that is valid is, if it would show it here, Elliott Wave. Oh, you're doing all crazy. I don't know if I agree with what. Yeah. That was okay. This is your ABC. It had the 5 waves to the upside. Counted it weird. And then you had your ABC correction, ABC. And then you have your 5 waves to the upside. What's next? Right around here, which can be now or up to $48,000. ABC correction. However, that's, and then another 5 wave, whether that 5 wave is going up or 5 waves going down. The bears are hoping that this is I don't think they're actually counting it this way. This is why I'm not so sold on Elliott Wave, because it's subjective. Because I see a 1, 2, 3. But could you be 4, 5, A, B, C? I mean, this could be your correction, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be. So that's another warning. I just don't put as much stock into Elliott all the time. It's, you know, it's kind of, if you look at it this angle, it's green. If you look at it this way, it's purple. Yeah, Elliott's kind of that way. It'll flip-flop on you. Striga says, I'm waiting a little bit to buy anything. That's probably a smart move. I can't say that I've been snatching up a whole lot. Mostly because I can't seem to hold on to dry powder because it just goes through my fingers pretty quick. I have to move it off the exchange or else oh look, there's a deal. Oh look, let's put a stop. Let's put a limit order here. Which you know, that's another thing to avoid is if you're taking profits and getting out, you don't want to get back in too soon, and it's easy to do. It's easy. You miss being in that trade. It's all up here. It's all psychology. It's like, man, I was in a winning trade, not to profits. Man, can't wait till it comes back down to a juicy price where I can get it. It's 50 cents cheaper. Let's get it now. And it feels good to be back in it now. Now I'm back. Yeah, I feel whole again. I got my bag back. Yeah, let's ride this up more. Oh, is it over? Dang, I could buy it cheaper if I had some. Why did I buy so soon? It gets crazy. Chuck Butler's Timer NFT. Hey, how's it going, Chuck? Holding on $1,000 in Bitcoin for bull run in 2032 or 2033. Oh, it will definitely be worth a whole lot more back then, or in 2032, definitely. The beauty of it is, Chuck, that in between that, when there's ways that you could actually turn that. Well, I mean, there's ways that you can multiply that in between. You don't have to buy it once and just ride it all up and down, but you know, you can get accustomed to that as you go. But any Bitcoin, my whole strategy, I mean, we're all over here talking about trading in dollars and stuff, and that's the way the system's kind of set up now since we have stable coins. Used to, it was all trading against Bitcoin. The whole thing, and that most of us, especially those that's been in the market, not so much the new people coming in. They're more worried, let's make as many dollars as we can. The real original smart play here is to build your Bitcoin. And the whole thing is to get into altcoins when they outperform Bitcoin. So when you sell them, you can get more Bitcoin. Now, if you get good at trading and even just marginally, I wouldn't even say you have to be good at trading. You could do like a 2x play around the top of the market on, margin, spot margin or something like that. And short Bitcoin down. You're not selling it, you're borrowing against it and getting money and then buying it back cheaper. And that's how you're growing your coin that way. 2x, and that would be very hard to get liquidated in. It's probably one of the things that we will kind of look at here. 2 to 3x. All kinds of other little things that you can do. You'll probably take profit. But like if you took profit in 2025 or 2026 and then waited till we came back down when everybody hates Bitcoin again and everybody's trying to make it the same things they do every 4 years, and then, have that money sitting on the side. And by 2023, that $1,000 that you'd put in now, well, I say go for it. That's just me. That's my opinion. I'm like, that's an opportunity, especially if you got your eyes on it for that long. Yeah. Okay, so we really haven't went over very much in altcoins, but to be honest, this is kind of a tricky time. This is not really the time to be going out there and just going gung-ho. It's kind of like trying to let the dust settle with what's going on in the market. A lot of them are holding up pretty well, except for you, Litecoin. You kind of fell off the map there, didn't you? I just happened to see that one. There's some good deals, and you could take, a little bit of a risk. I've added a little bit of a few things. Caspa, definitely snag some Caspa on the way down. Why not? The wicks down on some of these exchanges, it really did give. If you had limit orders in, it was nice to see them get filled. Some of them just got passed through, ignored. But this is, at this point in the market, we're kind of in high risk territory. So whatever you do right now is kind of high risk, whether you're bullish or bearish. Because if you're bearish and you think it's going to go down, it's high risk for you to get out of your positions, especially entirely, sell your crypto, and then it was take off. Well, I'm screwed. Now I got to buy back higher. Thank you, Road Dog, or whoever. And then, the opposite is true. You think it's going to go up and it goes down, and well, I'm screwed. Now I bought stuff that's going down. So we're at that point, man. It's, if you're looking at this and saying this is the perfect time to jump into crypto, you are so mistaken. This is probably one of the worst. This is probably one of the worst times to actually just jump right in brand new. Like, this is the day I'm going to just put my whole life savings into crypto. No. Sit it out. Back off. Take a breath. Namaste. It could get a lot better. All right, guys, the time is 11:50. I appreciate you for being here, but Road Dog got to get some sleep tonight, man, so he can get up again. Road Dog keep trying to do a daytime show. Road Dog not being able to be up too early in the daytime. I don't know. It's kind of, you dream as I don't have to get up and go to work for the man, but honestly, with me, I'll lose track of time. I would say the show helps keep me on schedule, at least at the nighttime, but my daytimes, man, I'm sleeping in. All right. But be careful with the markets tomorrow. Got to see what they're going to do. I do think there's a good chance they may try to drive prices back down one more time, just because that's the kind of bastards they are that we're dealing with. But we got to have them. If we didn't, price would not move as smoothly. They're a necessary evil, they are. Good night, everybody. God bless you, and God bless your portfolios and your crypto dreams. May they all come true. And on this channel, we're going to try to do our very best to make them all come true. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay positive.
Come on, come here, boy. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like it's so ice, ice, ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind, unpredictable. Fade eye off the ground, you hit no one. You a star, blow it up like supernova. In the nighttime, hit my hotline. Sharing secrets, you wish really was by your.
So, I've been doing this thing called crypto trading. It's like buying and selling digital money like a garage sale, but without the rusty bicycles. You're a tough crowd tonight. But I really like crypto. They got some crazy terms. I love the terms they use, but this one, HODL, HODL, that one just sounds crazy. It sounds like somebody misspelled the word hoe. And they always say, just HODL, man. It's like they're giving financial advice with a speech impediment. And those charts, oh man, the charts. Man, I look at those charts and I feel like I'm reading a seismograph in an earthquake. Oh, look, it's going up. Nope, it's going up. It's going down. Maybe it's just doing that. The cha-cha, baby. But you ever notice how crypto traders, they're always talking about it going to the moon. It's like the universe's most ambitious field trip. Next stop, Mars. Just kidding. I can't afford a spaceship ticket right now. But I bought some Dogecoin once because, why not invest in a coin that started as a meme? I'm waiting every day for the day that we have Rickroll coin. Every time you check your balance on your phone, you get Rickroll. And all them crypto people, they be like, buy the dip. And I'm like, what dip? Is this a financial fondue party? Do I need to bring my own cheese? But in reality, crypto trading is a lot like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube with your eyes closed. You make a move, you hope it works out, and when it doesn't, you blame the algorithm. Stupid algorithm, always messing with my portfolio. Good night, everybody. Enjoy the show.